Hi guys, David J. Kuhn with Qigong Awareness. We are going to go through 12 core exercises, 12 core Qigong exercises, medical Qigong exercises from our book in our live intensive, the program that we taught all this year of 2016 called Golden Dragon Medical Qigong for Reducing Acute and Chronic Inflammation in the Body. So in this course, we cover many other techniques. There's a bunch of other techniques that we go through, medical Qigong exercises and so on. But in this particular routine, what I want to do is I want to give you the 12 core Qigong exercises and give them to you in a sequence where you can teach someone else or practice this yourself for approximately 60 minutes. So we have one other video with some of these core exercises that is about 30 minutes, maybe 35 minutes. This one I want to do about 60 minutes long, a little bit more intensive training with this particular practice. For those of you who don't know my story, at 12 years old I was run over on a hayride. I fell out of the hayride. The trailer ran over the whole right side of my back, my leg, my back, my shoulder. I passed out, I went unconscious. A couple years later, during a routine checkup, the doctors realized that I was developing scoliosis. Within the next few years, they told me that it was becoming a severe scoliosis, and by the time I was 25 years old, they said, your spine looks like you're 85 years old, and you're going to be crippled by the time you're 30. So from the time I was about 15 years old, I got on this path of learning about Qigong, about martial art, about Chinese medicine, psychology, all different kinds of things related to the mind and the body and spirit, and learning how to heal myself. One of the most important things I learned along the way, I want to share with you in this course. One of those things is that 75% of all of the toxins in your blood are removed through your exhalation. That's right. And that's not just to take and put that information over there on the shelf. It's actually something to get it off the shelf, open up your book, and begin a practice. Because practicing the exhalation is one important aspect of Qigong practice, okay? So what I want to do now is take you into these practices that help me to heal my spine. By the way that story finished was that by the time I was somewhere between 28 and 30 years old, right around that time, they were saying I'd be crippled. I had so much energy move through my body, so much breath, so much blood, so much energy, qi, like a river moving through my body. I had an experience about 7 different times of just energy surging through me, and somewhere along the way, that spinal disease disappeared. My pain on a scale of 1 to 10 was off the charts, and somewhere in that process, the pain also disappeared. I wish I still had my x-rays. I don't anymore, otherwise I would show them to you. I sort of wish I kept them, but at the time I never wanted to see them again. They were filled with arthritis all through the lumbar spine. My thoracic spine had a big curve in it, and my neck was bowed, and it was growing opposite direction toward my throat, and it was filled with arthritis and fused vertebrae. All of that disappeared at almost 48 years old here, or young, whichever way you want to look at it. Coming up in December, no more of that. It's gone, okay? And since that time, I was able to go on and get different black belts in martial arts and do various types of training and races and competitions that I never would have been able to do otherwise. So I want to take you through some of these practices. Again, these are routines that you can give to your clients. They're also for you. So here we go. We're going to start off by taking a deep breath. So find your position wherever you're going to practice with me. Go ahead and take a deep breath with me. 1 inhale, 1 exhale. All right, very good. I'm checking our time so we can try and stay on track with approximately 60-minute practice. All right, very good. In this first practice, practice number 1 of 12 exercises. In this first practice, knees are going to be slightly bent. The first thing I want you to do in this practice is feet approximately shoulder width apart. Can go a little bit wider if you want. Knees start to bend, okay? If you want a more challenging practice, you can actually bend your knees and sit your butt down real deep if you desire to. Some of the Qigong practitioners like to practice real deep. Some of the other practitioners, for example, Taoists, they will oftentimes do it with almost a total straight leg, only a slight bend in the knee. This particular practice is called standing like a post. You're going to go ahead and hold your arms up like this out in front of you. You're going to hold that position. That's going to take some time to get used to this. For some of you, you're going to get uncomfortable right away. I give you one of the hardest practices first, but don't be discouraged by that. This is one of my most difficult practices when I had all the pain that I had in my back. Okay, but I'm used to it now. Not the pain, but the freedom from the pain and this particular exercise. If you can't see that, I'm starting a little bit of an inner smile. It's actually making me smile on the outside too a little bit. So you also want to practice an inner smile with this, which means you have a little bit of a smile on your face when you're practicing it. To begin with, whenever you need to, you go like this, shake it out, okay? When you get better at this exercise though, I want you to hold that position. It's like you're holding or hugging a tree, okay? Elbows are kind of up, they're not drooping down like this, they're up. Energy eventually circulating here. Holding this position, it is a still pose, or what's called a mudra. First challenge of the practice, just be in this pose. Stand like a statue. If you are going to teach your clients to practice some Qigong flow or exercise pattern, certain students might be better off starting out with something a little bit easier, a little bit warm up, shake their hands, move their body around, and then come into this pose. But I'm starting you straight off because I have great confidence in you. I have great confidence in this class that I'm teaching right now. And those of you who are on the other side of that camera, on the other side of that video. And we're starting right in with a difficult practice. Anytime you need to, you shake your arms, shake them out. You can even roll your neck to begin with, roll your shoulders to begin with. You can even do it with your arms down here, which is going to be easier at first, okay? But as you get better at this, more up here toward the heart, and then the challenge of the practice is to freeze, and then see if you can relax the shoulders and relax the arms and relax the body while maintaining the pose. I'm just going to give you a short glimpse of a silent practice with no movement. Practice with me, whatever's comfortable for you today. So you can get a feel for this, a vibe for this. Wherever the chi flow is stuck, that's where you're going to feel the discomfort. So I did a lot of training the last couple of days. I can feel this in my chest, I can feel it in my shoulders, I can feel it in my back, my lats. But I'm just smiling about it. Feels great, could do this all day. Could even smile outside or just inside. This makes it easier. Good, and let your hands come down and just kind of roll your shoulders and shake it out. You can't really hurt yourself doing this one, but you do want to take your time with it. So 1 minute, 3 minutes, something like this, and you can work up to 5 minutes, you can work up to 10 minutes, and build yourself up like this, okay? Again, static pose. Mudra, okay? This particular practice, stand like a post. The second practice that we're going to do is called Wei Qi for short. Wei Qi is, I'm talking about this Wei Qi field that surrounds you, your energy field, one of the layers of the auric field. It keeps bacteria and viruses at bay. It also keeps other people's energy at bay. But so many people have a weak Wei Qi field, and therefore that energy or that bacteria or that virus is able to get inside past your line of defense and get into your skin, which is the next line of defense. So what we want to do is build this Wei Qi field. You're going to go ahead and leave your feet as they were before. Knees are slightly bent, okay? This next part, you're going to put your hands out in front of you down like this. Just open them up, put them down, spread the fingers. From here, we're going to just do breathless first, which means we're not going to emphasize the breath. You're just going to draw the hands up like this, up to the center line, up to the nipple line. So up through the core of the body, the trunk, up to the nipple line. Then you're going to reach up like this, and then you're going to let the hands come down, and as they come down, you're going to sink. You're going to stay down here. This is rooting to earth, grounded. You're going to pull. Imagine pulling chi from the ground. Then you're going to go like this. You're going to spread it out, and every once in a while you can even look to the sides. Imagine making that field very big. I'm going to sink down again. From here, I'm going to draw this. It's like pulling energy from the earth. Slow, and it comes up to the nipple line, and then it goes big. The mind is making the field bigger, okay? And then sinking down. Draw in from the earth, I'm rooted to the ground, earth practice. Heaven practice, I make this big, 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 and then I come down, earth, 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 earth. And then from the earth, draw, like I'm pulling it, pulling it. To begin with, you have to fake it, okay? In time, you'll start to sense it and feel it. Some of you will feel it right away, some of you won't. Those who have the least amount of chi will feel this the least. If you have some chi to work with, you'll start to feel this perhaps even right away. So when you draw your arms up like this, it's like you're pulling something. It's the best way I can say that. And then you're spreading the field out. Here you pull from the earth and then reach, stretch. Whole mind, whole being, and then sink, sink, sink toward earth. And then here, this time, I'm going to do an inhale through my nose, slow to the belly. The breath is right about there. I pull it up to my midsection. I bring some of that breath to the lungs. I reach up, fill the lungs. I'm holding my breath. I push it down low into my belly, holding it here. And then I... Inhale, I pull the breath here and go, reach. Push it into my belly. I contract my belly as I let out the breath. 75% of the toxins get out of your blood. How? Through that exhalation. Wei Qi, building the Wei Qi field. At home, your breath might be much quieter than that. But in general, it is the same practice. In general. Because that practice is a little harder. And it takes time to develop your breath and your chi. Next practice, palms are down in this direction. Your fingers kind of point down like into the water. And then your hands are going to come up like you're putting water onto your face. But then this is going to roll over almost like you're holding a barbell or something like this, a stick behind your head. There's going to be a slight arch backwards. I'm going to arch backwards just a little bit. And then from here, I'm going to move forward, knees are bent. I'm going to take one hand, put it on top of the other, doesn't matter which one. And I'm going to imagine that I'm sending energy through my legs and up my spine. I'm going to turn the hands over, palms are up toward the sky. I'm going to be reaching up like this. I'm going to draw my hands back like I'm holding a stick, something like this, or a barbell. One hand on top of the other, and I'm going to send the chi up my spine. This technique is called bamboo blows in the wind. You'll see the bamboo blowing in the wind, perhaps in a moment. This is the first half of the exercise. This is going to go here and go through the legs. This is an inhale. This is exhale. Inhale. Hold the breath in the lower dantian, lower belly. Here, exhale. Inhale. Through the back and into the spine. Lungs fill the spine. Hold your breath at the base. Exhale. The reason you arch right there is you're trying to get that breath all the way down below the belly button. Then exhale. This part of the exercise is a pump. My breath goes in through the nose. It starts to go out through the nose. Toward here, I let it out the mouth. I push it out while contracting my belly. Inhale, exhale. Couple more times. Again, your voice and your breath, not so much your voice, but your throat can be a little more relaxed. So let out the breath easy, okay? From here, once you've done the pump part of this exercise, we're going to do some rocking, like we're a monkey, okay? Like a monkey swinging its arms. So you start swinging like this. Make sure your knees stay bent, okay? I don't want to see anybody like leaning like this with a straight leg. That's like the worst thing you can do to hurt your low back. So make sure these stay bent and you're swinging like this, okay? So in the next part of the exercise, once we finish the first part, which is the pump, we're now going to go into the second part of this exercise. And in the second part of this exercise, you're going to swing like a monkey. But we're going to do something a little more than this. So this is where we begin. So you went here, you went inhale, you went exhale, okay? And let's say you finished 5 times or 10 times of doing the pump. You're going to rock once to your right knee. Make sure it's your right knee. And then rock once to your left knee. Make sure it's your left knee. And then back to your right knee. How many times is that? 3. Okay, so let's try it again. I've got here, I finished here. I go 1 to my right, left, right. Now, the fourth movement, I go to my left side. I'm going to stay in close. I don't want you reaching off to the side. I'm going to stay in close. I'm going to inhale. Knees bend. I go exhale. Notice I rock 3 times. Brings me to my opposite side. I inhale. 1, 2, 3. I go to this side. Inhale. Exhale. This side. Inhale. I rock 1 right, 1 left, 1 right. I go inhale, come up on the left side. If you're not sure where you are in this exercise, start right here. Go to the left with me, go to the right, and go to the left. Then come up on the right side. 1, 2, 3. I come up on my left side. If you're not sure where you are, just come to the left side with me. Inhale. Exhale. Left, right, left. Not sure where you are? Come up on the right side with me. Your right side. Inhale. Right side, left side, right side. Come up with me on the left side. Inhale. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Right side. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Left side. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Right side. 1, 2, 3. Make sure knees stay bent the whole time. So I'm rolling and I'm stretching. It takes time to get used to what do your muscles do, how can you move. But you want to be very mindful about this movement. This is really good for your low back, really good for creating some flexibility, as long as you're sure knees stay bent. I come up, my knees can go straight here, no problem. Make sure you bend them on the way down. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. I come up on this side. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Rocking side to side. You can also clean the floor if a piece of paper's on it. Okay. So this is called Bamboo Blows in the Wind. One more time through the whole thing. So I inhale, I exhale. Inhale. Remember, this is the pump. Hold my breath at the bottom. Get the breath here, hold, then exhale. Send it up the spine. Inhale, exhale. One more. I go right into it. Right side, left side, right side. I come up on my left side. Inhale. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Make sure knees are bent. I come up on my right hand side. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. I come up on the left side. Inhale. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. I come up on the right side. Inhale and exhale. 1, 2, 3. Come up. Inhale. Exhale. You're exhaling the whole time. And then you can place hands here if you want to. Sit up. It's a little bit easier. Less strain on the low back. Okay? Exercise number 4 is called bladder flush. You're going to take your right hand and you're going to place it like this, like something sitting in your hand right here, okay? It's like you placed something in your hand like this. And from here, you're going to go ahead and bend your knees. And from here, this hand is going to come down in this direction here. So pointed down toward the floor, palm toward the floor. This is the first position. I don't want you to be sitting casual like that. This is what it looks like to be casual with this practice. So when I look around a seminar or something and I see somebody practicing, this is kind of casual. What I want is I want something more intent so that you can get the practice a little bit better. Screw your feet into the floor. Wind them in. And this position is like this. Very alert. Some of my teachers might have said back in the day, and they did say with various techniques, we'll be back in an hour, or we'll be back in 3 hours, or we'll be back in 4 hours, and you're standing like this. And that basically means you stay like that till I get back. So even if you practice this for just a minute, that's the attitude I want you to have when you take this pose. I might have to stand here for an hour. I'm going to have to be vigilant. So on one hand, I'm going to have to be vigilant, but then I'm also going to have to relax. Because if I have to stand here for 4 hours, I might need to be relaxed about it. Otherwise, I'm never going to pull it off. Okay? All right. In the next part of the technique, we're going to actually rotate the hands. They're going to go to my left, which is counterclockwise. If I was looking at a clock in front of me, they're going to rotate to my left, just like that. My right hand now is still up here, but it's facing palm down. My left hand is down here. It is now facing palm up. From this position, I am now going to push my right hand down, and I'm going to push my left hand up toward the sky. I'm now on the other side. So, if I started on this side, and my teacher left and said, one of my masters came in and said, we'll be back in 4 hours. That's a key ingredient of the practice, to be able to be alert, aware, conscious, and relaxed. Okay? From here, right palm is facing down toward the floor, make sure. Left palm is facing toward the ceiling, and it's about at the height of your shoulder, your left shoulder. Make sure. From this position, I'm going to rotate both hands, my thumbs. I'm going to rotate them toward my right. When I do that, which is also clockwise, when I go to my right, I want to make sure I don't change the height of this. Rotate them back to the left. This is where we were. Left palm up, right palm down. Make sure. From here, when I rotate my hands, I don't want to go like this and have about this much space between them. We started like this. It's a pretty good amount of space. If I had a chi ball, it would be about yay big. When I rotate my hands, I want to keep that chi ball. It's about that big. I don't want you to rotate your hands to where your hands are like that. If you brought them together, it'd be a little tiny chi ball. So from here, you're like this. Left palm is up, right palm is down. From here, you're going to go ahead and rotate your hands to the right. Keep this height. This one's down low. This is high. This one's going to push up. This one goes down. Guess what? We're starting from the beginning again. So my hands now rotate to my left. I exchange my hands. Left palm up, right palm down. I rotate to the right. I exchange hands. We're back where we started from. Okay? If this is too tricky for you, just rewind the video, watch it a few times. It should be tricky. If you get it right away, good for you. It's a tricky technique, okay? So, palm, right palm is up, left palm is down. We're starting over again. Rotate the hands to your left, your thumbs to your left. Both thumbs should be going in the direction of your left shoulder, your left side. And then go ahead, and this one pushes up, left hand pushes up, right hand pushes down. Both thumbs, rotate the hand and the thumbs so that both the thumbs point to the right side. And exchange the hands. Rotate to the left, exchange hands. Rotate to the right, exchange hands. Again, if this is too challenging, because I'm going to speed it up now, just rewind the video and start over. Otherwise, let's speed up the practice a little bit. Go to the left and change. Go to the right, change. Take a breath in. Hold it. Rotate. Exhale. Inhale. I can inhale and rotate same time. Then I go exhale. A little push from the mouth and from the lower belly. Breathe, rotate, so it's in through the nose. Then, now, there's another way to practice this, just a slight variation. You can also do this as a healing technique for someone else. The bladder meridian runs up and down the spine, so along the spine, along the spinal column. And from here, when this hand comes up, you want to imagine washing the chi up the spine. This hand would be going down, so it would be washing down the spine. So you can imagine changing the hands and washing that meridian. Wash, 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 once you get this, okay? So you're standing in this position, the right palm is up, the left palm is down. From here, you're going to say the words. You're just going to rotate the hands first, and then in your own mind and out loud, it goes wash, like you're washing. The sh sound always adds heat and intensity to things. Heat is what is needed, not initially to reduce inflammation. Heat will not initially reduce inflammation, but it eventually will. It eventually will cause the stagnation to move. So here we go. Goes like this. Inhale. And then go. And then inhale and rotate the hands. Good. Each technique, each Qigong exercise, some more than others, each one has multiple levels and layers to it. This one has like 4 different layers to it. The next piece that you could add to it is where you're literally visualizing, for example, a color or light moving up and down and washing with that color of light as you're also moving these hands, okay, to generate that Qi. There's a lot of other things to learn about it, but this is a good place to begin with it. As you get better at the exercise, which is going to take time, you can go a little bit quicker, you can add the visualization, so on and so forth. This is a very powerful exercise. Many master teachers teach this different, but my teachers told me Qigong came. Shoot! Shoot! Sorry if that was a little too loud, but that came later, where this became a fighting method. It was originally used to practice moving the Qi. And then some people realize, whoa, I'm building something and shoot, I can use this for battle if I want to. I'm more interested in you using it to heal yourself. But this gives you an idea. Exercise number 5 exemplifies the exhalation. This is called upheaval of Qi. Get the bad Qi out of the belly, upheave it, get it out, and get out the carbon dioxide as well. The hands go back here, they reach back here like this. You're going to inhale through the nose, not too fast, then exhale. At the very end, you're going to roll your hands like this as you bend over slightly toward the front. Bending over like this. Here. Okay? This one will go back. Inhale. Exhale through the nose. Then the mouth. Then the sound you make at the doctor. Ah. When the doctor says, ah. Okay? Ah. You want to go a little bit past your comfort zone and then repeat. Inhale. Like if that's as far as I can go, then I inhale. Exhale. That's how long you can go. Inhale. Again, just a little bit past your comfort zone, and then the more I get out, the bigger the breath becomes. But again, don't hurt yourself. And if you ever feel dizzy while you're practicing Qigong, or you feel dizzy right now, sit down, get a little sip of water, take a break, come back to it. Make sure you have your water nearby. You have a video, so you can always pause it and come back to the practice, okay? Very good. So, we're about halfway through the practice right now. We're on exercise number 5. We need to get through 12 exercises. So we're now moving on to exercise number 6. Also too, I'll just mention this, once your audience gets to know these exercises better, maybe you have a beginning class and an advanced class. I happen to teach everybody at the same time. So people who know the exercise, they'll go through it a little bit quicker. Other people go through it slower. If they know it, I just say, do it. It gives them a chance to practice it 12 times, whereas the beginner might only practice it 3 times. Tends to work out for everybody. Everybody pretty much likes the class, so it usually works out. Okay, so number 6, exercise number 6 is called flowing palms. What we're going to do is, if you ever forget this exercise, the palms are a big part of it. That's why it's called flowing palms. So I'm going to go ahead and put my palms down like this. I'm going to bend my knees a little bit. I want you to imagine you're like a bird. Your hands, the backs of your hands, are going to move toward the back wall behind me, okay, or to your back side behind you, whatever that looks like. They're going to come up over the top, and they're going to come down through the center line. I'm going to bend my knees a little bit more because I kind of came up a little bit on that last movement. I'm going to roll my hands over. The backs of the hands are going to go down toward the ground. And look, I'm going to repeat the same motion I did last time. Hands are going to come up and my hands are going to come down, and I've completed the movement. So you essentially have the same movement, and notice what the filler is. The filler, have you seen this before? Exercise number 5. Same movement as exercise number 5. So if you're getting confused, well, what are my hands supposed to do there? Remember, exercise number 5. Exercise number 5. Okay? So, number 6, inhale. I sit down a little bit. Knees bend. I sit down, earth. I'm like a big bird. My wings go back. My palms, the backs of my palms go behind me. I go up high. I'm going to bring this down in front of me. Notice my knees are more straight now. And then I sink. I go down to earth. I'm rooting down. This is all sinking. I'm going to let the hands roll, just like in exercise number 5. That one, okay. I'm going to let them roll. But this time I'm going to let them go through. I'm going to come up. My legs go straight again, more straight. Hands here and down. I'm a big bird. Flowing palms. These are also like wings of a bird. These are just going to roll. I'm going to come back up. Down. Very fluid. This comes up. You may notice as you begin to practice this with mindfulness of connecting to earth, reach back, connect to heaven, big, pulling the whole sky, then bringing that energy of the sky down, and you sink your knees and you start to bend down. You may notice that you want to exhale right there. As you roll your hands here, you may notice, I want to take a big inhalation. It just comes to me. I want to do it. And then here, I seem to want to exhale. And then here, I seem to want to inhale. Or you can deliberately work it. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now with this exercise, when you're practicing it and you're doing the actual conscious and deliberate breath, Sometimes it's going to be too much breath, it's going to be like too much oxygen. So you can do it where you do a round, for example, with conscious breath, like this. Inhale, exhale. Then a round, just let the breath alone. Just slow it down. Leave your breath alone for a while. Let your breath catch up with itself. And image the chi. Making big, imagine my hands were creating streaks of light. Where would they go? They'd now come down here. And then my whole body sinks and put them into the earth. And then I roll that light and I circle that light and I bring that light back up again and I'm creating trails with my fingertips, right? And then that light goes lines down toward the earth. And then I roll those lines, I roll them, I come back up, big wings. And then bring that energy back down. Flowing palms, exercise number 6. Exercise number 7 is called dancing snakes. This one is an interesting technique. It's not exactly, you don't have to have this exactly perfect, but the rotations of your arms are very, very important. Your arms have a lot of blood, lymph, from the lymphatic system that cleans up your blood, and also the acupuncture meridians, okay, running through your arms. And most people are never really practicing rotating their arms very much. So you have all this chi, this blood, this lymph that's stagnating. You need to get it moving. Even regular exercise. Some people, exercise and stuff, they don't necessarily get those twists. Some of the practitioners that get some of the greatest twisting are martial arts practitioners. But sometimes to learn martial arts you have to fight, and fighting may not be your thing, it's not mine. So I'm going to teach you how to use those rotations for health purposes. This exercise is like that. When you go pick up your jug of milk, your gallon jug of milk, it has a handle on it. You normally pick it up, and if you were going to drink out of it, you would pick it up and drink it like this, okay? Pick it up like that, pour it into your glass, okay? Just a little bit of rotation, but not a lot. This exercise gives you a lot more rotation. So here's how we're going to start it. You're going to take your right thumb and you're going to go to like your right ear. So later, if you're like, how do I do that exercise? You're in the park, you're like, how do I do that exercise? Right thumb goes to right ear. But as you go to your right ear, instead of sticking your thumb in your right ear, you're going to reach, stretch. Now in yoga, typically it's a reach, stretch, something like this, right? But this is Chinese version, Chinese style. We're actually going to go with palm to the ceiling, to some degree, palm to the ceiling. So it's going to be a reach, stretch, but again, if you forget, thumb to ear, move the head, reach, stretch. This is then going to curl around you. If you're in the pool right now, imagine pulling that water behind you, and then you're going to push that water to the front. You might even try that sometime in the pool. I love practicing that in the pool. I now go left thumb, left ear. I reach, stretch, over, okay? And again, it's nothing, not a big stretch, just a little stretch. And then I'm going to pull the pool water behind me, and I'm going to bring it to the front. This one's just kind of over here on my hip somewhere. This one, right thumb, right ear. I'm going to reach over. This does not have to be perfect. Come to the front, right thumb, right ear, reach, stretch, come around behind me, and I pull the water to the front. This does not have to be perfect. I want you to notice, though, the rotations that my arm makes. I get a lot of twisting out of this type of motion. Thumb here, reach, stretch. Your lower body can move in different ways. Later you'll learn more about how your body can move. Left thumb, left ear, reach over the top. Bare bones basics of the exercise. Pull the water, bring it to the front. Left thumb, left ear, reach. To begin with, you might not even move your whole body. You might just try and do this with your arm. Left thumb, reach. Left thumb, little reach, stretch. Pull the water, push the water to the front. Later, as you get better at this, you might want to use your whole body, where you reach, you're aware of center, and you reach, stretch. You pull, you bring this around. This one then comes up, left thumb,